Good morning, and thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with us on Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. This is Smooth Breakfast. My name is Valentine Ohu, your host. It's now time for us to talk entertainment inside the Grapevine 981. It's a segment of Smooth Breakfast that goes into detailed analysis of entertainment stories, and then we review a song. Today being Tuesday. Hi, Chef Jeff. Good morning.
Good morning, Chef Jet 3000 in the building right now. I love you 3000. It's good to be back.
Yep. So good to have you here. Chef Jeff 3000 is at Chef Jeff 3000 on all platforms. So follow and engage in the conversations. Use that hashtag Grapevine981. You can also send messages to Twitter at Smooth981FM with the hashtag Grapevine981. You can do so as well on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number for messages 0809 444 0981. We have a song to review this morning. The link is up on our social media platforms. Type Grapevine91 as hashtag and you find it. It's by Henry Savvy and it's called Only One. Listen.
Second to none. You just said only one.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
You
Why
put
did I write
yourself in
second?
trouble
Ah,
now.
my gosh! Why
What would
did
you
I
do if I
write?
wasn't here to help you
Thank
on
you.
the show?
Why did he?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the Grapevine, brought to you by Chef Jet 3000. My guest in the studio today is
It's
Mr. Valentine.
Valentine. I'm so happy to be here, Chef Jeff.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you.
It's amazing to be on the show with you. Man. Can't tell you how excited.
And I'm doing your work for you.
Mm,
Um,
I appreciate
so
it.
we are here reviewing your song "Second to None." And I was just saying, like the vocal arrangements that you put in this song, I really love the effort that you actually put in because a lot of people don't spend time doing that, even all the way down to your ad libbing. It's a very smooth 98.1 song. That's what I would say. When I heard this, I thought, if I didn't know that this was a Nigerian guy right now, I would be wondering to myself, is Lloyd now doing, like folk songs or something? Because that is the vocal comparison that I see coming through with that. But
Mm.
it's very professionally done, I have to say.
Thank you.
You're very fortunate that Chef Jeff used such big words for you because he rarely pulls those out. So welcome,
I'm
Henry
a
Savvy.
savage, right?
Yes.
Apparently. I didn't say it, but y'all said it, so okay.
You're savage, man. Henry Savvy, thank you so much for joining us. Good
Thank you
morning.
very much for having me. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Can I hear that voice again?
Good morning.
Is it always that light? You know, sometimes when you talk to people, you hear the voice on radio, you feel, oh, that's how they talk every. No, actually,
No, no,
some people feel
sometimes.
like it's the equipment that make you sound that way.
No, 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 it's not that. It's not that. It's the preservation of the voice.
Yes.
If you speak like this, you can constantly be able to sing
You
like
know, your
this.
vocal cords might
Because
stuff.
you don't want
I
to
think
cut the
it's still the
chords or
same
whatever. You
thing.
want to maintain the energy to this level. Don't laugh too
Don't laugh
much.
too much.
Yeah. Just like, just keep it
Exactly.
just nice and
If
cool.
anybody
No,
shouts,
I don't
hi,
sound like
just-
that. I'm not sounding like that.
Huh?
Okay.
That's not how I'm sounding. Is that how I'm sounding?
It's fine. My dude, don't mind us, please. We're just catching trips with you. How you doing?
All right. Nice.
He's like, nice. You guys, 1-0. I'll come back. Henry Savvy.
Good, good.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's the weather treating you?
Woo.
Mm,
Yes, let's talk about that.
Mm. But we thank God.
mm.
What's in that tie? Cause you just be sending me thinking of some other things. Like it's Tuesday morning. What are you thinking about this morning?
Well, the first thing I thought about when I woke up this morning was the fact that I had to be here
Okay,
as early
that's a
as
good sign.
possible.
Yes.
And I left the house before 7,
Yeah.
and then lo
Lagos.
and behold, everywhere was blocked. And glory be to God for the guy who picked me up, and he was just, oh, I think we should follow here, we should follow here, and he was just maneuvering here, 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 here,
Mm.
and now I am finally here.
Do you remember his name? Did you ask his
No,
name?
I didn't ask
You
his
should
name.
Can
have.
you imagine?
So
No
you're giving
radio
a shout
shout out
on
for him,
radio, yeah?
right? Okay, well, you know who you are. Thank you very much for getting him here on time.
Whoever you
Yes.
are, you brought Henry Save to Smooth FM. Amici close this morning.
Thank you.
Shout out to you.
Yes.
Well done for all your maneuvering skills.
His maneuvering skills.
No, yeah, of course. He's the one I'm talking. Do you think I was talking to? Sorry, this is not how the show goes.
Yeah,
alright?
jokes in the
Let's be
studio
nice
today.
now.
All right.
Nice.
Harry-
Okay. All right.
Chef Jeff, I mean, when he gave those words and compared you to Lloyd, I mean, do you listen to Lloyd?
No, really.
I mean,
No,
it's a very
don't.
big shift, right? Because we're talking about a hip hop guy.
Mhm.
Oh, nah, da, da.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, but it's like if he now went in a different genre,
Mm.
that would probably be close enough to what he sounds like.
Exactly.
You know, and he does have a great voice at the same time. So I would have been like, okay, it's time to Shazam this. If I Shazam a song, it's good.
Mm.
That's just basically where this is. And if I didn't know about this today, I would have been checking out who did it. So
So,
Thank you.
what platforms do you have your song on, so
I
people can
have
access
on
it now?
all platforms actually. Now it's on Spotify, Apple Music, Audioma,
Mm.
every other one, Tidal, Pandora,
Nice,
every.
nice. So, who's Henry Savvy or who's Savvy Henry?
Savvy Henry.
Thank you.
Savvy Henry is a singer, songwriter, and guitarist. I'm trying to add producer to
Why? You can start tinkering those things.
Well, I think it makes it easier
Mm.
in a way to produce or to create the kind of sound that I'm going for most times. Because when you talk to some producers, most times they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe we should try adding this. We should try adding this," and then at the end of the day, the whole song is diluted,
Mm.
and it's no longer like
your
what
vision.
it was. Yes, when I started writing it. So I'm trying to get into that. So even if I don't get to produce the song from the start to the finish, at least I can lay down some things and like, okay, this is how we need to follow, and this is what we need to be doing. So I am trying to add producers.
Would you describe yourself as a perfectionist?
It sounds that way.
Not really.
That's what we
Not
say.
really. No, not really. I think, especially for me personally,
Yes.
when it gets to writing songs and making songs, I feel that if you begin to think about it too much, you begin to make it too technical,
Mm.
and
True.
then you lose the whole soul of the song. So I try to do it. Yes, it should be perfect, but it doesn't have to be too perfect. Like, oh, we are considering, does it sound right here? Does it sound right here? It's good to do all of that. Maybe after the whole writing is done, but not
Mm.
when the writing you're in the process of
Mhm.
writing, and then you're like checking this, checking that, checking this, checking that.
True.
So
That's amazing. I see that you have almost 13 songs in your portfolio, and you've been around for quite a while. About 2017, it was 2017 you launched your
yes,
first single.
Yes, that was when I did. That would be all I want.
Mm.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And you did a cover for One Dance. Drake's One
Yes, I
Dance.
did. Yeah, I did.
So a while back. It's still on
yes.
YouTube, so YouTube always finds you out.
That was a very very long time, though. Yeah, I actually remember that. No, I remember that. I remember that. I think it started from Twitter. I just posted it on Twitter, and then someone was like, "Yo, this is really sick. This is," and then retweet and retweet, and I was like, "Okay, I think I should."
So
post
this is
it
how
on
this
YouTube."
app
So-
works. But really, were you overwhelmed by the response you got on that cover?
Yes, I did. It was. I mean, I woke up that morning.
Notifications.
I love this thing.
I
Like-
woke up one time to 900 of those, so I
Mad.
understand what these things are like.
I was like, I just made this thing and I just posted it like, oh, I like this song and let me just make a cover, and I posted it, and before you knew it, I had like, I was like, where?
Me?
Ah,
Do they know
This
me?
thing that I was like, oh, I'm just playing around, oh, and then everybody's like, wow, this is so nice. This wow.
Well, how long did it take you to make that decision to post it on Twitter? Because sometimes me, when I've done a work,
Mm.
I always overthink it. So I've started learning this thing instead of just pedaling down and telling yourself, you know what, let me just put it out. I don't have to over.
That was how it was for me
Mm.
because I for that particular one now there are some covers that I make and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if I should put it out." But when I made that one dance, I was just putting it out because I was just playing around really because I liked the song. So I like, okay, let me just make a cover of it, and I just put it out.
Mm.
I wasn't really even thinking about anything at that time.
Would you say Second to None is or expresses a great progression from 2017, only only one to now? Like, do you think you've grown enough to put yourself out there in the world?
I have, I have, I have a lot. I think even before Second to None, I think I have grown. I
Mm.
think I have my writing has increased or it has improved and the quality of the songs also. So yes, Second to None.
Tell us
is
about
good.
it. What's the story?
There isn't really any story.
So,
Truly,
yes.
when I wrote Second to None, it was like one of those songs that you write and you're like, okay, maybe I may not complete this song today. Maybe I might leave it till tomorrow. Maybe I might leave it till later. And then when my head is relaxed again, I'll come back to writing it. And I've been putting out some covers on Instagram. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should just throw in one original song in the mix. And so I picked up Second to None. I wanted to write probably like a second verse or something, but then it wasn't coming. So I just, okay, let me just make this one verse, and I repeated the chorus and made the video and I put it online.
Mm.
And in like 24 hours, I was getting, where can we get the song? Where can we get the song? Where can we get the song? Is it out? I was like, I wasn't planning on putting out this song, yo. I didn't plan to do it.
There's always
But
an
then-
interest in original songs. That's the thing. That's something you discover after doing so many covers for so many times. I mean,
Yes.
I do some covers that are like songs that are not very popular, and people ask me whether that's an original song. Like, no, it's still a cover.
Cover.
You know, this is just a hobby thing on the side here. Thank you very much. We're not going down that route just yet. So definitely, originality is something that we'd be looking more to see from you. I like that you have 13 songs already. 13 is supposed to be my lucky number. And sometimes it is. You know, so it's just to keep on putting out a body of work out there and not being worried about. You are a niche market person, all right? That's what I feel with your music. And I feel like you have fans who would appreciate that content there. So just keep up with that, and keep up with the great writing. I really, really do appreciate the level of engagement you had with the arrangements of the vocals and the instrumentals. And I'm guessing that's you on the guitar, because the guitar
Yes.
was
Yes,
that was a
that
good
was
vibe. That was a good vibe.
Thank you very much.
Powerful work, Savvy Henry. What's your real name? Your government name?
Savior Henry Ayo.
Your parents called you Savior.
Wow.
What's this? There's a story behind that
Actually,
name.
there is no story.
Yes,
oh.
there's no-
I
this
asked.
guy.
I asked.
You
No,
did?
really, I did. I
Did
did
you
ask.
persist?
Yes, I did. And then, like, my
Are you
dad
the
said he
first,
just
though?
like the name. No, I'm the second.
Second child.
Yes.
How's that work for you? What's the dynamic in your family? If you
I
don't mind me
have
prying.
another sister,
Mm.
and she's Victoria.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure she's listening right
Savior,
now. also.
Victoria. Who's next?
And then Victor.
I knew there was a trend. That's amazing. Savior Harry, thank you so much. Savior,
Yes.
you saved the
Savior.
day. Awesome.
Thank you.
But
Thank you
you
very
have an amazing voice.
Thank you.
And that goes without saying. Have you ever been in any contest, any music competition?
Oh, I have. Not too many of them that I want to remember.
Mm.
But yes. I
No,
have.
none.
They were just bad experiences that he doesn't want to go into them anymore. So yeah,
Probably
that's
bounced-
basically
Bounced
it.
through the first round, second
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, most of them I got to the second. Yeah. Most of the
I feel like that inspired the song, Second to None. Like, you need to appreciate me. I'm here.
Right.
I'm second to none. I'm original.
original.
No more covers. Savior Henry, thank you.
Thank you. So much.
Your sound is smooth, that's for sure. And we hope to see you around again soon. Please let us know where we can interact with you, because I'm sure everybody listening wants to connect with you one way or the other.
Instagram, Twitter, Savvy_Henry, SAVY_Henry.
Awesome.
If you're checking on Facebook, it's also the same thing.
Yes.
Savvy_Henry.
Is your guy waiting for you? The guy that
No,
brought
no,
you?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
Take care, Savior Harry.
His name is Emmanuel.
Oh, you got it.
Yes.
Awesome. Shout out to
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Well
Yes.
done. Somebody sent in a message in time for you before you leave. It says, please, can he sing to end the show? Wow, Angel. That's Angel's request on WhatsApp. So, Sadie Henry, you want to take it away?
Okay. You are second to none. Mm, I'll place you right at the top. Yeah. No one can ever take your place. No. Mm, they couldn't even if they tried. Even if they tried. Yeah. Ooh. Deep in my heart, I know something has changed from the day we came over. When we said I love you, and I'll do this all over, and I'll stay here forever. There's no place I'd rather be but with you, 'cause you are second to none. Oh, baby, you're the only one.
Awesome. Sadie Henry is going to be sticking around to look at the stories with us. We're not letting you go anytime soon. You're listening to the Grapevine 91 on Smooth 98.1.
Wake up, the smooth breakfast
Thank you.
Well
That's
done.
nice.
That's actually nice.
Thank you so
There are
much.
messages. People are telling you that they like your voice. They love it. The person that requested you sing says, "Oh, my day is beautiful. Bless that voice and his soul."
Amen. Thank you.
So, do you have the stories? You don't, I assume. So, do you have the spare script? Yes, please give that. Thank you.
Visit our website www.pagefinancials.com or call 017007243. Page Financials taking you further.
Hello, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment so we can read it during the show and share your observations on Henry's song or Savvy Henry's song. Do you have a first name in your artist name? Is this Savvy?
Savvy Henry.
Henry.
Savvy
Okay,
Henry.
it's together.
Yeah.
So yeah, let us know what you think of Savvy Henry's sound. Yeah, let us check him out on the internet. Savvy underscore Henry on all
Yes.
platforms.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back. Excuse me.
You're listening to the Smooth Breakfast.
You're not so late. You're right on time. 26 minutes before 9 o'clock. You're listening to Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. We're halfway into the Grapevine 91 segment of Smooth Breakfast that brings you detailed analysis on entertainment stories. We have a song that we reviewed earlier, Second to None by Savvy Henry, who's live in the studio with us. Hello, Harry. Thank you so much for stepping in.
Thank you so much
Savvy
for
Henry.
having me.
All right. There's no first name to your artist. There is Savvy Henry.
Savvy Henry.
Check him out on all platforms. Savvy underscore Henry. He premiered the song here on the Grapevine 981, Second to None. You should check it out. The link is up on our social media platforms. Use the hashtag Grapevine 981 to track it. Chef Jeff 3000 as always. Awesome guy.
Yes, Savage Jeffrey. Yeah.
AKA. Wow. Nice. Let's get into the story. And Sadie Henry is going to be joining us in the analysis. Feel free to speak your mind on these stories. Baba Ijesha is the first topic, right? His real name is Olarenwaju James, popularly known as Baba Ijesha. He was detained by the police for alleged sexual assault. He's been granted bail. That's the new update to this story. His lawyer, one Adeshino Ogunlana, confirmed this to reporters on Monday. Said he's been granted bail about 1 hour ago. We are working to perfect the bail. The bail conditions were granted on health grounds and includes 500,000 naira bail bond, and two reliable shorties. One of them must be a level 10 officer, and another a direct blood relative. And then Ogunlana had in a letter addressed to the police commissioner saying that, or he, seeking Baba Jesha's bail on Friday, and said that he was looking weak and lean, hence the health grounds. Chef Jeff, your thoughts on this?
I don't know. It could be true, could not be true. To be honest, the legal system unfortunately has a lot of work to be done on itself. To be honest, um, the key thing is him being granted bail. On, I mean, as long as they're able to keep track on him until the case is completed, then we have to see where it goes. I don't know whether it's going to be an extended bail period. Are the courts open now? Well, they're not, then that means he's got a bit of time on his hands, basically, in this bail condition. So, um, I really don't know. It's hard to talk about this particular thing because we've seen what we didn't want to see, basically. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I just hope that they keep tabs on his movement so that he doesn't disappear. Let him finish, and at least either he gets exonerated or he gets put in to do the jail time he needs to do.
Yes. As far as I know, even going by the details of this story, he hasn't met the bail conditions yet, so he's still in jail, pending when that happens. But what do you think? You've been following this story.
I have really. It's somehow really to talk about it,
Mm.
but truly, just like you said, as long as they can keep tabs on him, whenever the conditions of the bail are met, and then he gets back to the courts when the courts are opened and all of that.
Are you
And then we'll
concerned?
find-
Do you find yourself concerned by the way the authorities are treating this case and similar cases in Nigeria?
I do. It's we've seen people go down. We've seen people being hurt for things that are even lesser than this. But then, as people have requested, and the video has finally come out, even though people were saying the video shouldn't be put out, considering the fact that the child is a minor, but yet we still have the video evidence, and then we still have him on bail. And people have been in prisons longer where they don't even have sure proofs and all of that. So it's somehow.
Mm.
But since he's being granted bail now, as long as they can keep tabs on him and get him back into the courts
So
when it is time.
yeah, to answer exactly. There's a case to answer, that's for sure. And the reason why I asked that question, Chef Jeff, the concern that I expressed is it just seemed like, I mean, if once you're known and you're popular, or you can be termed as elite. There's preferential treatment to you, which is what the sentiment a lot of people are expressing in this case. Saying, first of all, it was downright distasteful, for lack of a better word, to release that video in the first place. That's wrong choice of action. And then speaking to the elitist behavior and the treatment, I mean, how do you see this acting as, or acting as a deterrent to others? Because there's so many cases that are unspoken of, or rather unheard of.
I know some of those cases, and somebody out there is probably laughing at me right now. The key thing is that, like I said, the legal system really needs to just step up to the plate and do what they're meant to do. Sometimes you have situations whereby they are quick to get you out because you are famous, or they're quick to slow things down because you are famous and they don't want to get things to a heightened sense of things. But the reality is that the judges are there to give the best interpretation of the law and to execute the law. So that is just a simple thing that it is. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, and let's be even clear, I mean, other parts of the world as well, even the US has its own issues there too. All right. It's just that the law has certain leeways that should not exist that they need to fix.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's absolutely true. People are still reacting. Woo. To second to none, Ashley sent in this message on Twitter. Thank you, Ashley, for commenting. Ashley said, I thought that song was a foreign song. Nigerian music industry is going places, man. Thumbs up, guys. Thank you. Please add the hashtag Grapevine981 to your messages. And thanks, Lax. Stanley says, wow, thank you. He asked earlier, I said, please, what's the name of that song? I love it. And I replied, second to none, Savvy Henry. And he says, wow, thank you. Downloading it straight. Is he open for downloads?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
How does that affect the downline for you? When you do music, right? Have you started thinking about the money? Like, show me the money.
Of course.
That is a very good reference right there.
course.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Yes.
Of course, yes. Well, it's not everybody that can download the song, really.
Yeah.
If depending on the platform that you're going to. If
Also,
you're going to Apple, you know you have to buy the song.
nice.
or you just stay
Please
straight?
don't say the free one. Let's save your money for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you can even do that.
I don't think you can. But excellent. Thank you, Sevi. So J. Cole, I'm sure Jeff, without asking, I know you're interested. He started playing basketball, pro basketball. But he made a recent comment on a podcast. The rapper paid a visit to the ETC podcast with Kevin Durant and Eddie Gonzalez, where he reflected on his career and relationship with fellow rappers Drake and Kendrick Lamar. He actually said he's no longer trying to compete with any of them. In the music industry, he actually posits each one as if they are competing against the other, but saying he's seeing things in a different light now. What do you make of his recent comments?
The thing is that with these guys, even when you look at 50 Cent of the old days and 50 Cent of now, there's a maturity that comes with it. All right. It's no longer about the beef. Sometimes the beef as well is literally just part of the studio, just trying to create press in these matters. So clearly, like when he's saying that he rather sees them as people who are going to be pushing him to do better because he has to push them back too at the same time, he's very right about that. Because he's established himself so well. He was talking about Kendrick, talking about Drake. I mean, J. Cole has what, 7 studio albums? Drake
Yep.
has 5 studio albums. Kendrick has 4 studio albums, and the following is always there. The skills are clearly there. You can decide whether Ronaldo is the best footballer in the world, or you can say that's Messi. You can argue that all over the time, but at the end of the day, these people are pushing each other and respecting each other. So that's what he's trying to say here, because he's trying to say, let's move past this whole beef thing. It doesn't mean that there won't be some feuds here and there, but
Yes.
it doesn't really matter as much as you're drawing inspiration from the people who others would see as your competitors. So instead of being a jealous person or whatever, you're focusing on what is it they're doing as art that's inspired you to do better, and vice versa. So that's just the circle of life.
That's interesting. Save your thoughts, please.
I think J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake are amazing.
All of
They
them.
are amazing.
Yes.
I listened to all 3 of them, and J. Cole's album recently is
Blew your mind,
super.
One of his
Super.
biggest Nigerian fans is, excuse me, Simi. Simi loves J. Cole.
J. Cole.
She gushes about him on his Instagram. But, I mean, speaking of industry rivalry, are you there yet? Have you experienced anything, however subtle?
No, not really.
No beef yet.
No.
Okay.
By the grace of
Why are
God, it won't
famous?
come.
I almost wished that for you, but I don't think that's a good wish. Because some people say, until you start fighting with people like Davido, then you're not big yet. Or something like that. But how do you see his statements in light of recent
I
trends?
really don't think there's any need for competition. If there is, it should stand as something that would motivate you to want to do better and for you to want to increase yourself.
Yes.
Not like you looking at them as, oh, I have to beat this person,
Yeah.
or I am extremely jealous of this person and stuff. It should be like, oh, this person is doing good. If this person is doing good, I also want to do good.
Yes.
I also want to try and put myself at the top. I also want people to see my name and people to know about me and stuff.
His recent
Yes.
album, The Off Season, is actually making big waves there.
Yep. it
Um,
is.
Speaking of which, and people who are making waves or trending just for trending's sake, Nicki Minaj. We've been seeing her lately coming around,
Nicki.
either stepping out of the car, making Instagram lives. She was recently caught sniffing, like during her Instagram live.
Not something, just sniffing.
Just
Let's just
sniffing.
make that very clear right now.
But what impression did you get, Chef Jeff? Because people are suspecting that she's sniffing something, but
You see, the thing is that I can understand the suspicion. Alternatively, it might just be that she had a very tired day in the studio. And she's been away for a little bit of time, so to speak. So obviously she might have been putting in a lot of hard work, but we're not too sure about the situation. I mean, I totally 100% understand the suspicion. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I do have questions. But then even then, some artists, I don't know about the particular thing that we said that people are claiming that she was sniffing, but some people do tend to take those herbal air quote things to inspire their writings. Janae Aiko, for instance, for goodness sakes.
yes.
So I don't know. Maybe she was having her in her process. These are things we just don't know the answers to. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and be like, what? Let's just focus on the music, and hopefully she comes back less sniffy.
Yes.
Kleenex all around or something. I don't know.
I mean, we're still in the throes of COVID, so it's possible that I'm not saying COVID, putting it down to COVID. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe she's allergic to something.
Maybe the studio is cold, innit?
Possibly. And she
Definitely
cleared
hot.
the air anyway. She told her fans that she's never tried cocaine any day in her life, despite what people are insinuating. So put paid to that matter. But special thanks to you, uh, Sadie Henry, for being here as our guest. Thanks again for your ride. That's your ride as well, for bringing you here in time.
His rider Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, yes.
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
A
Yes.
quick reminder here: Savvy Henry is on all social media platforms at Savvy_Henry.
Yes.
Correct. Check out his new single "Second to None." Is available on all platforms, so encourage him and make him great because he's our next big star. He's our next Lloyd if he decides to go on down
Amen to that.
the. All right, Chef Jeff,
Thank
please
you.
plug out.
Yeah, you can find me at Chef Jeff 3000 on Twitter, on Instagram, and yeah, get to some liking, get to some double tapping because there's been a lot of food pictures that have been going out. And yeah, stay tuned to catch me right here on the Grapevine, same time on this same show next week on Smooth 98.1.
He's an awesome guy. Take my word for it. And always be here because next, that's in 30 minutes, by the way, I'll be back to open the phone line 0144899981 for you to comment on any story from today's headlines, one of which is 21 INEC offices burnt. Yet no arrest. Let's talk.